You want to know a funny story? I've thought about making a video on the Allure Best of Beauty list for at least 3 years now. This is finally the year where I'm doing that video. So the game plan for today's video is that we're going to talk about all of the skincare products in Allure's Best of 2023. I'm going to try on some of them today in my AM skincare routine. Timestamps and links in the description box below as always, affiliated when possible. I do want to tell you, before we get into this video, I am looking at all the products in front of me and I have a sneaking suspicion that I might end up being a little snarky in this video, just a little bit. It's a really harsh selection of products. It is really active. And yet so typical for Western best skincare lists. They're always so strong. So I'll reiterate a few things here. First of all, my skin type is dry, acne prone, and a little sensitive. I do not object to people having differing opinions from me. In fact, I welcome that kind of feedback in the comment section below. Don't let the opinions of a person on the internet in a crab headband at that get you upset. You know what I'm saying? And finally, it amazes me when I see people say things like, oh, Allure's Best of 2023 list. What a prestigious list. It is the peak of how to judge skincare products or beauty products as a whole. I always have questions. You know, if you've been a subscriber on this channel, you know that I always have questions. Who chose these? Why did they choose these? Did they have to pay to be considered? And I will link you below the criteria that is given to brands to apply for their product to be considered. In order to apply for Allure's list, you have to provide the product, which, I'm sorry, I find it so perplexing as to how the list itself doesn't say products gifted at the top the way we YouTubers have to tell you when products are gifted. Tom Scott had a whole video about that. I don't understand why it seems the rules are very strict for some people and then not really for others. There is a fee to apply for some categories. So if you're going to apply for the clean beauty list, it's about $200. They say so they can make sure your product is clean. And there's an even higher fee if you want to apply for, I think it's called their breakthroughs category, so they can look at the science. Okay, well, we're not looking at the science of anything else, I guess. We're just taking the brand's word for it. I'm sure that will end well. Oh no, she's already snarky. Oh. And beyond that, they say the products are chosen by the Allure editors. It is hard to say whether that's really the end of the conversation, whether it's just objective from that point going forward, but you could make that argument with anybody. Again, my skin type is going to influence how I feel about products. The fact that I react to some ingredients, it's gonna play into my opinions. But that's the backstory I could find online. Let me know if you happen to know more. And I think with that, we're ready to get into this video. So I'm not gonna do every single step in my morning routine, but I have some clips to add in. So we're gonna start with cleansing. It's morning for me. I'm not gonna cleanse my face, but we'll look at the first cleanse options, and I think I'll just put them up on the screen so we can talk about the ones I have an opinion on. Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. Not a new product, it's a cleansing oil. I feel like that one is just way too expensive for me to repurchase at this point. There's so many good K-beauty cleansing oils and even drugstore cleansing oils. There's amazing options out there such that I feel you just don't need to pay this price. In my personal opinion, Garnier's Micellar Cleansing Water with charcoal. I've never tried that, but I'm quite familiar with the original as well as some of the other variants. I like Garnier's cleansing water. I think that it's a great option, a budget-friendly option. Some people do react with that for some reason. And then there is one product that I have a clip of me trying, and it is the Curology Micellar Makeup Remover. Now, I got this one in PR, and my opinion remains the same. I said it was fine, and I still feel like it's fine, but I'm baffled at it being chosen as the best of beauty 2023. 2023, because to me there's just so many better options than this. It's a little different, so I'll give them some credit there. It's kind of a bit of a thicker consistency, but I actually don't like that it's a thicker consistency. You know, the word is micellar water, not micellar watery, arguably for a reason. Because when you pour this on a cotton pad, it actually takes a while for it to absorb into the cotton pad so that you can remove your eye makeup, remove your sunscreen. And because it's kind of hard to absorb into the cotton pad, I tried in my clip to just use my hands, and wow, that did not work. You have to use a cotton pad with this. At least in my opinion. It mostly got the job done, but it still didn't remove all of my eyeliner, so I still had to go in with some of my bifacile afterwards, which kind of defeats the purpose, right? So for the first product we're actually showing in this video, I don't know, I just feel like it's mediocre. And if you thought that section was a little disappointing, wait until the cleansers section. So first up, we have the Foreo Luna 4. I have old Lunas. I'm not gonna buy a new version because I don't think there's enough of a difference between the three. This is the 3 and the 4. I like the Lunas. I just don't think every person needs them, but I do like them. And there's some good dupes these days as well. The only other product I know on this entire list is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Cleanser, but I've heard that's been reformulated, so I might not know the new formula. What a bizarre list. I didn't buy the Ordinary's Glucoside Foaming Cleanser because I just don't think it sounds right for my skin type. St. Ives is on this list. St. Ives is on this list. Granted, it's their cream wash, so maybe this is their redemption arc. I don't know. Let's do the mask section next because we're actually gonna do a mask this morning, although I haven't decided which one. In a big contrast to the cleanser section, I've actually tried most of the masks on Allure's Best of 2020. I lost 3 years. So first up, we have the Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask. I am unsure if this has been slightly changed for 2023. It seems like it might have, or there's maybe a limited edition color story out. This one is kind of funny because it is my most used LED mask, but it's not my favorite. It's actually one where I wouldn't actually recommend this for most people. Well, I'll explain. So you're gonna have to take me seriously. In a big contrast to most of the LED masks out there, this is the only one where you can run the red and the blue settings at the same time, which is really helpful if you deal with acne. Most LED masks have either red and infrared lights, or maybe a red and infrared setting and a blue light setting. The idea being the red light is supposed to help with collagen boosting, anti-aging, and the blue is antibacterial and can help if you have bacteria-based acne. But here's the catch. Do you remember that whole era of people being worried about blue light? It's really interesting to me how that kind of died down as a consequence of that one gamer that tried to start up a skincare brand. You all know what I'm talking about. That really put an end to it because there were too many people saying there is not enough research into blue light being damaging for our skin. But there is research into blue light being not good for our eyes, which is exactly why I use these little goggles with mine, and it is the exact same reason why if you don't have acne, you don't need blue light. And on that basis alone, you can save at least $150. That's in addition to the fact that, you see I don't use the strap with this because the strap was terrible. Dr. Dennis Gross is really funny with the way their warranty works and that you have to register it within 30 days of buying your device, but this isn't something that is super clear. I feel like it should be, immediately when you open the box. It should be right there. Register now, because if your device breaks in 31 days, you are SOL. Skin besties, out of luck. It is my most used though because I do deal with acne. It is a lot better if you are just stumbling upon this channel. My skin used to be a lot worse. Long journey to get to this point. But yeah, I do believe devices like this have helped. It's just a case of why would you spend $450 on a device that has some issues with it when you can just spend 300 or less. We also have the Drunk Elephant Bouncy Bright Facial. I have a clip of applying this one. So I got a little sample of this with one of my Sephora orders. And here's the thing. First of all, this is not a wash-off mask, which really surprised me for some reason. I was thinking, oh, it's an azelaic acid-based mask. It's going to be a little different, right? No, why would you not just call this a moisturizer, Drunk Elephant? It's a moisturizer, a leave-on mask and a moisturizer. What's really different here? So it's a 10% azelaic acid plus 1% salicylic acid moisturizer. I use azelaic acid at 10%. I use it from Costa Baja as well as peach slices. So I really didn't think that this was going to be all that different for me. Adding in some salicylic acid can maybe potentiate that azelaic acid. It can maybe have a synergistic effect and feel a little stronger, at least hypothetically. And you know, that's exactly what the Paula's Choice azelaic acid booster is relying upon. So I guess I thought that this would be pretty easy for me to use since I'm so adjusted to both of these ingredients. I have to admit this felt extremely drying on my skin. I did read through the reviews and saw that some other people had the same experience, even though I guess it was okay for me, but drying. I would never buy the full size of this because, again, with it being a leave-on 10% azelaic acid, why would I spend this much money when the peach slices is actually my favorite? I was actually planning on trying on the Pharmacy Honey Potion Plus today. I don't dislike this. I think it's a fine mask, but I like the I'm From Honey mask more. You just get so much more for your money. And you know, they're saying they added in niacinamide, there's some ceramide ingredients, but I don't have a shortage of those ingredients elsewhere in my routine. And that's what makes the I'm From Honey mask better for me, is that that's so focused on honey, which isn't in every skincare product out there. Finally, the first product we're actually trying on today, the Kate Somerville Mega C 30% Vitamin C Brightening Facial. Now, this is a product that I did get in PR. I have tried it before, but I feel like I didn't give this a fair chance because if you know this channel, you know L-ascorbic acid is not my personal favorite form of vitamin C, although I fully respect it. Use AM or PM 1 to 2 times a week. Apply a thin, even layer on clean, dry skin. Allow the product to sit on skin for up to 20 minutes before washing off. Okay, so we need a thin layer. We are going to be fancy with our application today. So 30% L-ascorbic acid. Now the thing with leaving this on for 20 minutes and L-ascorbic acid being water soluble is that we actually should get pretty good absorption. All right, I'm not feeling any stinging, but I am wondering if I'm going a little bit too light. You see it on my skin? Have I shown you the bright yellow color? Yeah, I don't think that's a sign of oxidation. That would be your sea buckthorn oil in here. It also is not fragrance free. It has some spearmint, which I'm guessing is as a cooling ingredient because the pH change can be harsh on your skin. It also has some patchouli, which I know some people probably don't like to see, but I don't mind it. Patchouli gets along with my skin, and there actually is some primary literature showing that it may actually be a soothing ingredient, again, for some people. All right, I'm going to stop applying at this point, set a 20-minute timer, and I will be back. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, I kind of agree with Allure. Finally, I like this one because it's different. It's different. But let me make sure to explain who I think this is for, because that's always a catch. You know, you don't want to just say a product is good. You got to talk about, does it suit you and your needs? The reason I'm saying I like this is because I feel like L-ascorbic acid, it is the gold standard of vitamin C. If you're looking for hyperpigmentation fighting, if you're looking for collagen boosting, L-ascorbic acid is the right form of vitamin C. But it can sting. In terms of texture, it tends to be watery. In terms of smell, it tends to smell meaty. And so I like the idea of this as an AM mask for people who don't want to keep pressing through the L-ascorbic acid drawbacks for the whole day. You put this on, you wash it off, and you're done. You've delivered some L-ascorbic acid into your skin. Hard to say how much, but they put 30% in here, so you're probably getting, you know, some. And it doesn't smell unpleasant because they added some essential oils that I would say are overall carefully chosen. I would have gone without the orange oil, but overall, I liked it more than I thought I would. Let's talk about toner and essence. I'm grouping these together. So out of these, we actually have some K-Beauty products, but it's K-Beauty that I don't have. Shocking, I know. I don't have the new Laneige essence. I've had a few people ask me to get it, and I'll probably get it at some point. I just haven't yet. I still have a bottle of the old version, and I like the old version. AHC Aqualuronic Toner, I've heard of that brand, but I've never tried anything from them. And then Alpenbeauty made this list, but the one product that I haven't tried, I've kind of fallen behind with Alpenbeauty, but I do like that brand. The one product that I do have, because I got it in PR, is the Porefessional Tighten Toned Pore Refining AHA and PHA Toning Foam. So I'm not going to use this, but I'll show it to you. So it's foaming toner, which I do tend to like. However, I wish so much that it wasn't AHA toner. I feel like if it was a PHA toner, I might use this every day. I like PHA. It's a more gentle form of a chemical exfoliant, but AHA, I gotta be careful with AHA. I cannot just be throwing it into every step in my routine every day. I know some of you have been waiting for this moment. Let's talk about Allure's best serums. I was actually planning on trying for the first time the Dr. Dennis Gross 15% Vitamin C Firm and Bright Serum. This is another one where I got the sample size. I've had it around for a while because the problem for me with this product is that I don't like to use vitamin C and AHAs together. You can, it's possible, but it can increase irritation, and as I've already said, I'm a little more sensitive. So I've kind of just really put this one off. And now we have a glorious example of what oxidized L-ascorbic acid looks like. If your ascorbic acid looks like this, don't use it. If it's brown, flush it down. Needless to say, we will not be trying this on today, but you know, that really is a drawback in spending a lot of money on an L-ascorbic acid product. I bought a product for this video, the Honest Daily Green Juice Antioxidant Super Serum. Did you all see my post about the Ulta sale? I was so happy that the Ulta, it was 10x points. The 10x points perfectly correlated to the fact that I had actually been eyeing this serum from Juice Beauty. That's a nice glass bottle. I don't know why I wasn't actually expecting a glass bottle. I wanted to try this because if you saw my most recent new skincare try-on, I liked Coco Kind's chlorophyll serum, but it was a little bit too green for in the morning. Let's see if this has more of a creamy consistency to it. That might work for morning use. All right, feels nice. There's an interesting smell to this. I kind of like it. It smells earthy. I see they're a clean brand. I don't limit myself to clean beauty products, but it's always nice to see affordable clean products because some people are only going to buy clean products. Here's an affordable brand in a reductive sense, albeit a complimentary reductive sense. I would say that this is an antioxidant serum with some niacinamide, a little bit of hyaluronic acid, but that is something I look for. I do want an antioxidant-rich serum in the mornings because that pairs really nicely with sunscreen. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this, I gotta say, especially because I got such a good deal on a nice glass bottle, recyclable box here. It's even made in the USA. Let's see what else is on this list. There are a lot of products here that I haven't tried. Iopi is on this list. I do like that Korean skincare brand, but I wouldn't pick their Retinol Expert 0.1% as a favorite. If I'm gonna pick a retinol product, a retinoid product, you know I'm gonna pick the Beauty of Joseon. They put the Christian Dior Capture Total list serum in their splurges list, and I found myself looking at the reviews on the Sephora website. It was so funny to read through these reviews because I have never seen so many people talk about the scent of a skincare product. You know, I think that when it comes to how people approach skincare, everybody has a different perspective. Mine is very results oriented, so sometimes I won't even mention the scent because I care the most about what it's going to do for my difficult skin over here, whereas some people do care a lot about scent. But again, to see this many people commenting on it really surprised me. It must have a strong scent. At that point, why buy a skincare product? Why not just buy one of Christian Dior's fragrances? They actually smell nice. I like Miss Dior. They have the Hypnotic Poison, the Poison collection. Those smell nice. I just can't imagine it. I'm never gonna buy a Christian Dior serum. It's never gonna happen. I'm lumping together everything eye care into one category. This list is so confusing to me. Again, we see the Tula Eye Balm. That's been on Best of Beauty lists for how many years? How many years? La Mer is on here. Whoa. Very, very expensive. And then look at this. They have Ilia and they have NYX. They have NYX? Ah, yes, NYX, a brand that is renowned for their skincare products. It's so confusing. Okay, I do have one sample, and I feel like we tried this in a past video. The Peptides and Energy Eye Concentrate from Youth to the People. It's up my alley. I like peptides. I like vitamin C. Nice texture, works well under makeup. I don't have any real complaints aside from, I don't know if I'd actually repurchase this. To be honest with you, I'm a little torn on where I stand with the category of eye serums. I think that they can be really helpful for people who aren't seeing the kind of results they want in their eye area, but I'm not unhappy with my under eye area. So I don't know. Also, I admit my favorite is still actually the Dr. Dennis Gross. That is still my favorite eye serum. But yeah, I mean, this is nice. Allure's moisturizer category has me so deeply confused. Just so confused. What are these products? Where did they come from? I don't have any of these to tell you anything about them. I will tell you, I almost bought the Tower 28 SOS cream. I thought about it in the friends and family sale, and ultimately I talked myself out of it. And the reason is because I like this one so much more from Sephora options and in a similar theme to a repairing, restoring moisturizer. I couldn't justify it. Granted, I was just looking at the ingredients, and I admit the ingredients do not tell you everything. But I guess this is all to say, I'm baffled by this list because I've tried a lot of moisturizers, and I think there's so many good ones out there, and so many good ones that are affordable. I just don't think you need to buy Caudalie, Kiehl's, Chanel. Now from the night moisturizers category, I've tried two here. Aquaphor is in fact a favorite for me. The Cocokind Ceramide Recovery Balm, I finished that so I can't show it to you anymore, but I did like that product. I think it's a good alternative to Aquaphor for people who are looking to avoid petroleum-based products, but all that said, I like Aquaphor more. I think that, you know, anytime you get into the alternatives, they're never quite the same. But I get it. I get that some people are avoiding petroleum-based products, and yes, the Cocokind actually is a good option. There's only 2 oils somehow. I would have listed so many more oils in a favorite. So I actually have one of these, the Ole Henriksen Hydra Barrier Nourishing Face Oil. I got this in PR, and I do like it. I'm gonna pump out some of this Peace Out moisturizer that I just mentioned, and I'm gonna add just 1 drop of this to my moisturizer. I love doing this. The only problem is it will take you forever to finish your oils, but it is nice if you have dry skin, and it makes your product spread even more nicely. I feel like so many people are looking for that glass skin effect. If you want the glass skin effect, 1 drop of oil into your moisturizer, I'm telling you. Let's take a look at the ingredients here. I don't have the box anymore, so I have to trust Sephora. They're saying 3 oil-soluble peptides. By now you know I like peptides. It's in a base of elderberry and rosehip seed oil. Not fragrance free, but it doesn't have a strong smell. It actually smells like the carrier oils in it. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I like it. My only commentary is indie brands get oils in a way that brands like Ole Henriksen just don't. It feels like a crime how few indie brands are on Allure's list. Where is Stratia? Where is Geek and Gorgeous? These are incredible brands. So I have sunscreen next, but I'm gonna move on to lip balm because I like to lit my moisturizer, especially with some oil in it. I like to let that sit for a moment. So in terms of lip balms, we have the Glow Recipe Hyaluronic Plum Plump, and I've got to admit, I do like this one. The one con with all of these lip balms that come in a pot is the need to find some kind of scoop to go with them. I bought a 4-pack on YesStyle, but I still feel the need to sanitize them before using them. Okay, so I got this one in PR. I gotta admit, I like it. It has a really nice feel to it. It's got that occlusive feel that I like. If you saw my Cosrx video, I said I don't love their lip balm because it just doesn't feel like it lasts on my lips. Whereas this one does, and it has a pleasant flavor to it also, which I recently learned about myself is an important characteristic in the lip balms that I use. Did y'all see my post on Instagram? I was big mad at the Inky List. I do not like that lip balm at all. We have Acne here, and I'm shocked that Cetaphil was chosen over CeraVe. You know I would choose CeraVe, but I've never tried this. Maybe it is actually nice. I am baffled by the Skin Fix Adaptoid Gel. I am baffled by this as a product, and if you saw on Instagram, I did go off about this. What they're saying is that this is a precursor to adapalene. So think of it as retinol is to tret, as adaptoid is to adapalene. And I guess what I just don't understand about this being a big deal, at least for those of us in the US, is that we have adapalene over the counter. I buy it all the time. I don't want to just hate on this product though, because people in Canada can't get adapalene, for example, and also adapalene still is strong, so it could be a nice product for people that are struggling with adapalene. But then I don't understand why you wouldn't choose retinaldehyde or retinol, because you get a better profile of effects with retinoic acid. So no, I still remain perplexed. But that's just me. I haven't tried it. I don't think I will. I don't think I can figure out how I would use this at this point as somebody who uses adapalene. I don't disagree with the pimple patches that they chose, but I personally buy much more affordable pimple patches, and I guess we'll include this other category, Skin Medica Neck Cream. Finally, sunscreen. Okay, I'm excited for this because I've actually, don't get mad at me, I've never tried a La Roche-Posay sunscreen. I know, but we're finally gonna try this tinted mineral sunscreen. Let's see how it goes. Oh, is that gonna work for me? Okay, it just reminds me of the Elta MD at this point, actually. It's so greasy, y'all. It's so greasy. You know what? I will confess, this is nice. It's nice. Don't think this means that I'm suddenly going to get into La Roche-Posay sunscreens though, because the thing is, when you look at the price of this versus K-Beauty sunscreens, I just don't know how to go back at this point. I don't. And the thing that's funny, and yet I fully expect this from Allure, is that it's all the sunscreens that are available in the US. Where's the K-Beauty? Where's the J-Beauty? Where's even the European options? You know, they're not gonna be on Allure's list. And as a consequence, it just makes it feel like a dated list. And that's not even on Allure, that's on the United States of America for having outdated filters in sunscreens. And for only allowing outdated filters. To be clear, it is a con in the US, and I really hope things change. And my friends, that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of Allure's Best of Beauty list? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.